Hello YouTubers, welcome to the December update on the Des Moines Valley Railroad. If you remember last month I talked about installing the Grade Crossing Pro crossing signals, and I have installed not only one but two of them because I'm very excited with their operation and how easy they were to put in. I have a total of 5 crossings on my layout that have flashing signals, and now I've automated 2 out of the 5. I have a third one on order, so I plan to put that one in here over Christmas break, and then the last 2 I'll probably be putting in sometime next year. They have a little bit, the last 2 have a little bit more complication in that there's 2 tracks that cross the crossing with a switch not too far away. So depending on how things go, I'll either put the detectors in parallel, or I may have to get a second board. It's kind of depending on the operation. If you have a single train, you can parallel the detectors, it's not a problem, but if you have a second train on the track, it sometimes confuses the unit, and so we just have to do a little trial and error there. But I was real happy with the first one I put in was with NJ International Crossing Signals. They already have resistors in the signals. The second one I had to do a little bit of changing around because the Walther signals were connected to a different flashing unit from Circuitron that required the resistors on the common wire out of the signal. This Grade Crossing Pro requires resistors on each of the 4 lights. Well, it's like a pair per light. So I had to switch to 470 ohm versus the 1K ohm when they were tied together. But anyway, so I will show you a little bit of my installation, how I went about putting it in, and show you the final results at the end. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is the Grade Crossing Pro. This is the package that you'll get. Nice little box. So let's just open it up and I'll tell you what's in the box. Basically, we've got a circuit board. We've got 4 of these pairs of IR detectors. And basically go together as the emitter, and I forget the other name, and the collector or something like that. Anyway, they're in pairs. Got these 4 resistors, and then you've got the main circuit board here. And under the foam backing, you've got your set of instructions. So let's put it in. Well, the first thing you'll do is drill 2 holes between the ties, like the diagram shows. The emitter in one and the detector in the other. Usually about 45 degrees or a little less is fine. So we will do that next in 4 locations. And my approach for this crossing is going to be about 18 inches or so. So I got my tape measure here, and just kind of a rough because it is on a curve. Looks like a foot, puts it there, 18 inches. Kind of puts it over the crossing. Oops, over the crossing. So I may extend it to 24 inches, which will put it right about in here. I don't necessarily want to put it right next to this crossing because in case in the future I ever want to signalize this one, I'll need those for the 2 clearance ones if I decide to have this an independent crossing. So I think I will put it probably right about in there. So hang on and I'll be right back. Okay. Being that I didn't have another hand and a good angle, I go ahead and drill the holes. Again, this one here, I drilled at an angle this way. This one here, I drilled at an angle that way. So now we will insert the detector and the emitter. Go from there. Okay, so we've got our holes drilled. I started to feed the wires through, so we'll continue to just put them on through and put them just at or below tie level. Something like that. We can adjust it and do it lower or wherever we want as we go. The hole is fair, not loose, but just loose enough that the wires can still be arranged. So I've got that pair in. I've got that pair in, that pair in. I'll go ahead and drill one more set of holes and get those in, and then we'll continue with the wiring. Alright, so we got our last pair here. We've got a pair there, a pair there for clearance going the one direction, a pair there for clearance going the other direction, and the other approach pair there. Now that takes care of the top of the layout lighting, or the wiring. Now we got to do all the under layout wiring. Stay tuned. Here's the underside of the layout, showing one of the crossing flasher boards. Basically the input wires are coming in here to power up the board. Also they power up the detectors themselves. There's a wire from each that goes to the positive side and a wire that goes to the ground side. Also you have the four right here. The first four here are the different detectors, the triggering, that trigger them on. And then the two here are the outputs from the flashing crossing signals. So basically each of the two signals, each side, there's two that I've got basically soldered into one wire to do the left set of flashers and the right set of flashing lights. So that's kind of it on the board here. On the left side there's also some trim pots kind of to adjust sensitivity of the flashers. There's a setup mode that you can go into and adjust all those so that you got the right sensitivity. It also has the switch to go from the realistic fade in and out of the flashing to just straight. If you have more like LED, you want to simulate real LED crossing signals, then it'd be more the instant flash versus the fade flash from traditional incandescent lamps. So all in all, a great board. I got two of them put in, and plan to get at least one more to get the 3 easier crossings done, and then I plan to buy some more to do a couple of more complicated places that I have. So, but for now, those 2 complicated ones I'm going to do with manual switches, then go from there. The more complicated ones sometimes require a second board. I just have to look and see if that's something I want to do. I might try it with the one board and just parallel the detectors for each track, since I don't have a lot of multiple train running. But if you do have multiple train running, you should use a board per track. So, but really happy with it. Worked great out of the box first time, and really enjoying getting the crossings automated so I don't have to manually flip the switches every time. Another detail that I've installed recently and got from Walthers is this from Monroe Models, this little barnyard fence. It's a little balsa wood kit that you basically put the fence posts together and get it all assembled the way you want it. I have a couple of gates right now that are gluing, that's why there's a fence laying down there on the top end of it. But it's really not too hard of a kit to put in, and it looks really realistic. I like how it came out. So I'm going to put a little bit of paint on it, just enough to give it a little bit of a rough look, and kind of complete the barnyard scene with a little yard there with the pigs and the sheep and the cows being milked. So